Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking, all right? So shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It's good to see each and every one of you. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, please give me a thumbs down or an angry face. While you guys are doing that, I am going to shout out everybody who is wonderful enough to be in the building, all right? Shout out to Val. What's good with it, Val? Good to see you as always. Shout out to my man Carlton Way. What's good with it, bro? We got David Brown in the building. Shout out to you, bro. We got Carla Lockhart in the building. Shout out to you, Carla. We got Tabith. Shout out to you, Tabith. My man Win Loser Rug is in the house. Shout out to you, bro. And we got Tedra Mitchell in the building. All right. Shout out to y'all, man. We about to oh man, we about to have a good time for a little bit while we live right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't hit that like button yet, please hit that like button. Please throw them like enforcers in the chat for a little bit of like enforcement. All right. I've been checking out some streams and some content, you know what I'm saying? And as far as I'm concerned, as of right now, in regards to quote unquote Daisy Fit Chin, I think that the point has been nailed home. Of course, no flowers will be given. You know what I'm saying? Of course, nobody will say, you know, y'all was on point from the jump. It don't matter. The train don't stop. You know what I'm saying? The only content that I'm going to do further on Daisy is if Abba and Preach drop some more videos. Aside from that, I don't think that issue needs to be touched anymore. I think we already made the point. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I think we're good on that. I think we proved the point. And the thing is that if you listen to more videos that are coming out now about that particular situation, the amount of gaslighting is oh man, the amount of gaslighting, it's enough to fly a plane from New York to Shanghai probably 16 times. And it's because YouTube is largely based on a behind-the-scenes network of fabricated beefs, cult followings, and a pick-and-choose mechanism where particular people are able to make it and other people are not. And the only people who matter are the people that are generally accepted by the larger YouTube cult. And you guys know over here, I'm not largely accepted. And I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, like I said, unless I've been Preach come out with another video, I'm not very interested in what other people have to say. I haven't really seen any takes other than what Destiny said and what Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews said as, you know, reaction worthy content. Shout out to my man Grind and Motivate. Grind and Motivate did a live stream and he dropped a video. Y'all should go over there and check that out. His takes, of course, were great. You know what I'm saying? But I don't I don't see a need. There's nothing else that needs to be re-examined there, especially when over here we about a week ahead, a week and a half ahead of where the content of everybody else is in regards to that situation. Would you guys agree? I mean, I don't think anything else needs to be said. People are just now coming around to the fact that they's a duddy. All I gotta say is when it comes to those other parts of YouTube, they not like a, you know what I'm saying? They not like a. That's the only thing that I can say about that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Reacts Network. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, eventually, we will be able to get the Reacts Network back up popping, and we'll be able to do more content like this over there on that channel with other people's commentary. Shout out to We Lit. Shout out to my man Grind and Motivate. Shout out to TD. But to those people who are subscribed to Reacts, we did a video a while ago where we reacted to an individual called Princella. All right. Now, for those people that don't know, Princella is an individual that's been on multiple podcasts. She was on Valuetainment Money. She was on Fresh and Fit. She has her own channel. If I'm not mistaken, it's called The Queen Maker, which is interesting because I'm not familiar of any queens that she's made. You know what I'm saying? I am familiar with the disaster that we'll be going over that she was a part of. And we said, you know, this is kind of weird, right? She's kind of weird. And like I've said, you know, to me, somebody that presents like that is somebody that probably has dealt with a lot of trauma in their life that has gone uncorrected. And as a result, society, the environment, and their own actions have caused that person to become a monster. I know because I'm a monster. And I know what society, the world, and things like that do to you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, is that an excuse for the things that she's done? No. Another thing that I want to point out is that when it comes to all of these people have massive followings. As much as we shout out to Tricky Nick and shout out to Hula Gang, what's good with y'all? As much as on YouTube, the new thing is we're going to talk about accountability. We're going to talk about accountability. Accountability. Everybody's accountable. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of y'all are accountable? If you're accountable, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If you're not accountable, put a laughing face in the comment section. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. The new reality TV is accountability policing. Nobody cares about accountability. Nobody cares. It's a false concept. It's a buzzword, and it's popular. Nobody cares. Who actually cares about accountability? You know what I'm saying? It's up. You know what I'm saying? It's up. Shout out to my man TD Hip Hop Media being the first stream sponsor. Make sure y'all throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man TD Hip Hop Media standing on business.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Silence. Silence. I ain't got no money, pa.
TD Hip Hop Media, or TD Media Group, my bad. TD Media Group can't be misgendering folks, especially in this live stream, or misrepresenting, misidentifying, I should say. Oh, word. So it's like that. You gonna sit up here and talk about this on your channel after I told you we should talk about this on Just Talking? Bet. It's up. It's up. You know what I'm saying? It's up. Hey, listen, bro, listen. I had to talk about this, bro. I had to talk about this. We can still talk about it on Just Talking, but I had to talk about this because
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you understand. It's up. You know what I'm saying? It's up. You got to say it in the Cobra Commander voice, though.
Unsubstantiated fantasy! Lies! Lies! Lies!
Ah, subscribe!
Idiots! I'm surrounded by incompetent idiots!
Ah! Shout out to Ron Tober. Shout out to my man AB Promotion. Yo, I got to bring this up, man. Got to bring this up. How many of y'all seen that movie? Now I can't think of the name of it. What was was the name of that movie with Blue Street? Yeah, that's the name of it. Remember when Dave Chappelle was like, yeah, he the meanest karate fighter, blah 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 blah. Telly, show him the move with the eyes that you do. He said, ten. Y'all remember that? That 10. That was the part that was gonna pop your eyes out. Do the move with the eyes. 10. my man said 10. Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, splack. You know what I'm saying? Do the move with the eyes. 10. Oh man, that's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Oh man. And then they just snatched him up. He was supposed to be this, you know what I'm saying, dope ass, you know what I'm saying, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bruce Lee, Jim Kelly, you know what I'm saying, karate fighter, and they just yoked him up. Come here, you know what I'm saying, just yoked him up. He said, oh, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, aside from that, right? Princella, aka Princefella, you know what I'm saying? This is one of those situations where you're dealing with rhetoric that is so bizarre, is so in left field. At what point does the audience get held accountable? Because at the end of the day, there's the YouTube algorithm, right? The YouTube algorithm contributes to creating these mega channels, right? Like how we got the H3 podcast making bank right now with 23,000 people, actually 30,000 right now, watching their take. H3 podcast. Yeah, those are the ones that had Daisy on there, asking all the anti-Semitism questions about Fresh and Fit. Probably making the most money off of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. And what's interesting about it is they're doing commentary on it, and they for sure ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Over there at H3, they not like her. You know what I'm saying? But they making the money off of it. So there's this structure and this apparatus that's in place that allows many people who not like to make money off of stuff that we do. And what I find interesting about it is that there's not is such a popular complaint and a popular issue, but you don't see the collaboration efforts in order to do something to negate or to nullify those dynamics. The same way there's not really a apparatus put together to actually vet any of the rhetoric. Now, if you ask me, these people that rise to meteoric fame, I would say about 70% of the responsibility of people's rise to prominence is based on the audience. So now my question is, why is it that the audiences never get held accountable? Why is it that the audiences never get held accountable? Let me ask you guys this question. How many of y'all would agree people listen to what they want to listen to? Welcome back to my man, Deformed Pretty Boy. What's good, bro? I read your comment. You know, that's one thing that I'm bad at. I don't really respond to comments all like that. You know what I'm saying? But I saw your comment, man, that they had got rid of your account, bro. I'm glad to see you back, man. Good to see you back. Shout out to Deformed Pretty Boy. I don't know why they would have got rid of your account, man. They ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TD. TD said if I could drop a low grade thumbnail, your live chat, I would do it right now, bro. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So Princefella, right? Princefella is one of these women with one of these voices that talk like this, and she got the pro-black scent. You know what I'm saying? So you know when she talking to women that'll listen to her, she calling them family and doing all this and rhyming every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat pork and all of this. You know what I'm saying? She all that. She doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen it before. Y'all heard it before. Shout out to Sunshine Anderson. You know what I'm saying? And she just spitting a bunch of plebiscite babble. It's actually for real plebiscite babble. Shout out to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the tribe. Gotta get them their credit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the tribe called Plebiscite. You know what I'm saying? They on a world tour right now, which is why I can't find the damn thing. Oh, here you go.
Talentless, scandalous, plebiscite, babbling.
Yeah, shout out to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the tribe. Shout out to Ron Tobert. What's good with you, bro? Shout out to my man, Lloyd Scott 9, my brother from another mother. What's good with it, man? Make sure y'all show him some love for being a member for 10 months. Oh, yo, and shout out to Ron. Yo, Ron, I don't know if you're aware, but the membership that you joined was to my other channel, BLR2. I'm not sure if you're subscribed over there, bro, but make sure you go over there and subscribe. I do streams and content over there too, so you won't be missing anything. But you must have hit when you were doing your membership, you must have hit the link for that channel. So just so you know. So if you're wondering like what's going on, where my membership green, you know what I'm saying, green name and badge at, it's on BLR2. You know what I'm saying? You got it, it's there. You know what I'm saying? But it must have hit the wrong link. It's all good though. Don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and shout out to Ron. Ron said Hotep stud. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Hotep's been told you. You know what I'm saying? They've been told you. Who? Now I sound like Drake, the owl, right? Who? Who makes people have a voice like that? Now, when you're sitting there and you're listening to things that sound really weird, and you have an opportunity to do your own research, you have an opportunity to fact check things, you have an opportunity to see what's legitimate versus what's not, and you don't, because you are simply so invested into a narrative that you just want to see things in a way that they're actually not. Who is ultimately responsible for this? If you ask me, if every relationship is 50-50, I mean, we got to blame Princella for only 50% of this. Who bears the burden of the other 50%? It's the same thing with Fresh and Fit. It's the same thing with Daisy. It was so many people that was so invested in making Fresh and Fit look bad, which they do a good enough job of on their own. Literally, all you got to do is fire up StreamYards and just sit back and watch them make themselves look crazy, right? But it was so many people that was so invested in weaponizing Daisy that Daisy was poison, man. I told people that off the rip. People would take the words, misconstrue them, say particular things, and that poison finally became toxic. And look at it now. Look at it now. If you ask me, Daisy has done more damage to the credibility of Fresh and Fit critics, Fresh and Fit detractors. She's done more damage to them with no subscribers and barely being able to speak English than Fresh and Fit have with their million subscribers. Daisy damaged everybody's credibility. I mean, I don't know if she was trying or not. I honestly don't know what was going on, but she's one of those type of people that just kind of is like, they kind of dumb their way into success, which is another thing. Now, people want to sit there and talk about accountability. Where's the accountability there? Who did that? Again, another fail on the part of the audience. Another fail on the part of these idiots. Now, people want to sit there and say that they don't agree with the elites. Everybody's mad about this population. You know what I'm saying? They're upset about this population agenda, and they're upset about artificial intelligence, and they're upset that these rich people want people just sitting in their houses and all that stuff. Hey, listen, man, I don't think that the majority of the population makes a case against any agenda that elites want to do. They don't make a case for it. They're dumb. They don't pay attention to anything. They're fish. You know what I'm saying? They follow whatever is popular at the time, and they'll literally just sit there and let somebody damage them. And then when they get damaged, then they want to cry about it. I don't care about none of this. None of these people that was damaged in any of these situations, because they brought it on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Win Lose a Rug. Facts. people knew she wasn't pregnant and still misrepresented information. Now, again, right, when it comes to over here, it wasn't really ever an issue of was she an escort or not, right? We said she's scummy. She'd do anything. Without any evidence, without any exclusive interviews, without her, commenting or saying anything, or we figured that out within a day. Within a day. She's scummy. She'd do anything. Listen, letting fresh bust in you raw is like literally having no fear. You are not afraid to jump out of an airplane with no bungee cord, no parachute. You don't care. You do anything. So, I mean, at that point, when you think about playing Russian roulette with your life, oh, yeah, she definitely down, you know what I'm saying, to do anything. She don't care. You know what I'm saying? She'll dive. You could go 30,000 feet altitude. I jump. You know what I'm saying? And she will. And then turn around and say, they forced me out to play. They forced me out to play. Ain't nobody forced you out to play. He got me pregnant. No, he didn't. Show ass up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, DJ Elmo. Shout out to Alonda. Alonda said, Rob, in addition to just pearly things, Daisy Chin is the final nail in the coffin for the red pill manosphere. I wish I could say that. They got a pretty big coffin because it should have been a last nail in the coffin a while ago, right? But again, though, I'm gonna reinforce my point. I don't think that the red pill is all bad. I don't think that the manosphere is all bad. I've always said that. I've been criticized for that my entire YouTube career. Which is interesting because at the same time, I'm one of the people who actually criticized the manosphere and the red pill. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's all bad. I think it's like anything. Once it becomes corrupt, the toxic elements tend to seep to the top and become the most visible, which is why it gets a bad rap. Just like the passport movement. I've always said I don't think that the passport movement is a bad idea. It gets misrepresented and represented by, a lot of goofy people. I would encourage everybody to travel. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Win Lose a Rug. Win Lose a Rug said, I would disagree with that. The people who stood by Daisy the most were not red pill. Yeah, facts. I agree. If you guys agree with Win Lose a Rug, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. And most of them have come out and admitted that they did it for an agenda. That's also something that we called out. We called that out from the jump. But what's interesting about it, the very people who misrepresented Daisy are the very people that are getting the credit for quote unquote exposing her. It's BS. YouTube is trash. And like I said, all those people who ignore the facts, you better pray to God. I'm telling you right now, you better pray to whatever God you worship that I don't ever get to no status of invincibility on YouTube. You better pray. You better get down on your knees. You better bow your head. You better light up whatever type of candles and incense you got. You better get whatever type of statue or rosary you put around your neck, and you better pray. You better pray that I don't ever get there. And if I do get there, you really better start doing a lot of constant prayer. You know what I'm saying? You better start doing a lot of constant prayer. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to talk about Princella. All right? This is a woman, to summarize, who characterizes herself as a quote-unquote alpha female. Claims she has a lot of quote-unquote masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LS. What's good with it? Claims she got a lot of masculine energy. Hates men. Right? In a situation where a relationship that she was involved with an individual named B. Taylor, she exemplifies every element of toxic masculinity, quote unquote, that she doesn't like. And then it got exposed. Who's to blame for this situation? Who's to blame for it? Who cares? Because Princella ride off into the sunset, and she'll still continue to have people watch her content with all the millions of views. Everybody else will look for the next person to make a spectacle out of. We'll have called all these things a while ago, and the YouTube world will continue to turn. Because it's not about integrity. It's not about fact-finding. It's not about examining information or arguments. It's a popularity contest. Let's just call it what it is. You guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. So we're going to take a listen to this, right? Real quick, if you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell. And also, if you guys haven't shared the stream to your social media, please take a moment, share the stream to your social media. We got 32 people watching and we got 25 likes. Let's try to get the likes up to 50.
Betty, you had your daughter sleeping on a torn, broken down 20-year-old mattress with pee stains and holes in them. Don't be sitting up there making it seem like your daughter been sleeping on a mattress like that. It took me 7 in and saying, get your ass a good mattress for you and your daughter sleeping. If your daughter not sleeping.
So now here goes my question. If women can adopt all of the negative traits of men, what does that say about women? Does that say that they're valid, that their complaints against men are valid? Or does it say that their complaints against certain toxic elements of certain toxic men are valid? Women will listen to a woman like Princella because they have issues, because they've dealt with men that have these toxic elements, which ironically, people like Princella, Derek Jackson, they all exemplify when they get caught in their scandals, but they never examine it like that. They never examine it like that. These people dance around and twerk and talk about accountability, and yet none of them look at the error of their decision making. This is one of the reasons why I don't care. I don't care about none of these situations. I don't care about the incels that have been crushed by Fresh and Fit. I don't care how Daisy, you know what I'm saying, rubbed her diseased crotch all over everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. Because everybody got what they asked for. Ain't that what people grow up wanting? They want the gifts that they asked their parents for under the Christmas tree. And then when they get them, they're so happy. Hey, listen, everybody be happy. Do me a favor. Everybody spam the chat with some happy faces. Be happy. Be happy. Be happy. You asked for a swimming pool. Now you got water in your lungs.
In your room because you're trying to do things in there. She's sleeping on a tiny ass couch. She don't have her own room. If I'm lying, please get on live and show your apartment to your followers. You want to talk about transparency? Get on live tonight and show your followers what your apartment look like.
First of all, it ain't women's job to try to fix this.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. Who thinks that it's women's job to try to fix anything? First and foremost, if you ask me, right, I think that when it comes to individual relationships, right, because I don't think that relationships or anything like that should be looked at from a societal lens anymore. We are now living in a society with a majority of mediocre people who wallow in mediocrity, and we can't expect the majority of people to operate at a functional human capacity. We have to make the assumption that the majority of people running around the planet have the capability of zoo escapees. That's what I call them. Shout out to TD. I don't know if TD is still in the chat, but that's what I call people. I call feral human beings zoo escapees. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, most people move like feral zoo escapees. They run around all day, drinking up water, breathing oxygen, trying to find something to eat, and reproducing with nothing behind the reproduction. Most human beings operate like feral animals, which is why I call them zoo escapees. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. It's like the zookeeper fell asleep, you know what I'm saying, ate a sandwich, went behind somewhere, smoked a blunt, got comfortable in the security booth, fell asleep, his arm hit the red button, the cages went up, and boom, like everybody just ran up out the zoo, and now they just all populating a city or an area near you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got. That's the situation that we got. So If you ask me, it's not the best metric. It's not the best metric to look at this stuff as if society can be repaired. We have to look at these metrics on the basis of competent people versus non-competent people. And I think that most competent people would agree that when it comes to a relationship, if it's an actual relationship and not a dictatorship, then the man and the woman both involved, the burden is on them to make it work. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. So again, when you have somebody that tries to overly place the burden on one or the other based on group dynamics, that should be your warning sign that you're dealing with a gaslighting grifter. I don't think that anybody ever made the declaration that it's women's responsibility to fix anything. I don't think that anybody ever said that. I think when it comes to a lot of the legitimate issues that women have with men or the legitimate issues that men have with women, it's that there are certain elements that society has either become laxed on or focuses on or ignores that have created things that cause relationships to decay faster than they have in the past. And those things need to be looked at, examined, and if people want to, then correct them, right? However, I don't understand really how you can be an authority of gender dynamics when you're not an authority of your own gender, so to speak. If you're somebody that's dealing with gender dysmorphia, I don't know if your thoughts should be used as a reference point to guide people who, quote unquote, are not dealing with gender dysphoria. I think that somebody who is dealing with gender dysphoria would probably make a better case and talk better about relationships that are dealing with other people that deal with gender dysmorphia. And the fact of the matter is that the majority of people, not just in the United States, but in the world, don't deal with gender dysphoria. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. Another thing that you will see similar to this situation and the Daisy situation is, why is it that people are so comfortable running to the internet, airing their dirty laundry out? It's bad enough that it's allegations that they have dirty laundry all over the floor at the place that they live at, but then they just want to run to the internet, swallow a microphone whole, and tell everybody about what's going on. What happened to back in the day where you solve problems kind of behind the scenes? We live in a world nowadays where attention currency is worth more than the US dollar. And that's what you see. It is what it is. These are the things that people created. These are the things that people want. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. There's a reason why I only have 5,000 subs and some of these people have tens of thousands of subs. It's because this is what people want. And this is why I don't feel sorry for people. This is what you want. This is what you built. People built Fresh and Fit. People built Princella. People built Abba and Preach. People built all these people. So rest your head in the building that you built. And that's just it. I don't have nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo says, these ain't grifters. They are agents of maximum sophisticated confusion. This is social engineering to cause further damage to us classified as black. Yeah, I agree. If you guys agree with DJ Elmo, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Poppy Blanco. What's good with you, bro? And then you got Princella sitting up here sounding like, trying to sit there and sound like Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? She gonna tell you some information about Yaqub next and sprinkle a little bit of something that you might be interested in onto some complete nonsense just to make it palatable. And people buy it. Hey, if you buy it, take it home from the store and use it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
What your job as a woman is to recognize what he's saying is the truth, and you act accordingly. Don't try to take
out. And then okay, so what again? I want you guys to understand. You see here what Princella is doing. She's referencing Charleston White as the talking voice and standard for all men. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Let me ask y'all this. To all the men in the comment section, would you all say that Charleston White is a good statistical metric for quote unquote men? If you guys would, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys wouldn't, give me a thumbs down. If you guys think, yeah, Charleston White, yeah, he a good metric for statistical men. Yeah, Charleston White. If you guys think that that's the case, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, then give me a thumbs down. But according to Princella, that is your man. That is if we were to create a factory with good standard deviation and variances of production, every man would come off the conveyor belt like Charleston White. So use him as the metric. There you go. You see her doing it right there. You know what I'm saying?
Change his mind.
Yeah.
Don't try to reason with him. Let him say, and he's telling you the truth. He's telling you how they are. He's telling you how they think. I told you men are incapable of love. Stop trying to make them love.
She's like, stop. She just like yelled at me out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, and she just like yelling, like, and I was like, I just.
So basically what B. Taylor is saying is that when Princella would get mad, she would have him attacks like Pinky from Friday. You know what I'm saying? She probably had a Jerry curl at the time and was waving a gun around too, in a pink suit with pants zipping up in the front. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Y'all want people to believe this stuff. This is what YouTube wants, right? Any of these people that say anything, you guys want it to be believed with no contest, right? I literally believe all of this. Is everybody happy?
I didn't know how to react to that because I didn't see that side of her. She just yelled at me like to the top of her lungs. I'm like, God damn, like, oh, turn it off, shit. And I'm like, okay.
See, I told you she did just like Pinky. I turned that motherfucking shit off.
Men are incapable of love. Stop trying to make them love.
She's like, stop. She just like yelled at me out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell? Like,
bro, that's facts. Super facts. Shout out to John Guillory. What's good with it, bro? Super facts. If y'all agree with my man Poppy, the people that take Charleston White seriously should be medicated. He tell you himself he is a character to get paid. Facts. I agree 100%, bro. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. And people take him serious. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that Charleston White is admitting that he's a character, right? But it's a lot of YouTubers that don't admit that they're a character. But a lot of them are. And the thing is that you got to gauge on what you see in your everyday life. Is this the actual character? Is this an actual representation of reality? Or is it not? You know what I mean? And people don't make that assessment anymore. So if you don't make that assessment and you succumb to this kind of nonsense, literally nobody should feel sorry. You made your bed. You made your bed. B. Taylor made her bed. And when she turned over, there was another woman in it. I don't know what to say.
And she just like yelling, like, and I was like, I didn't know how to react to that because I didn't see that side of her. But she just yelled at me like to the top of her lungs. I'm like, God damn.
Now, look, no, she said this is a lie right here. I didn't see that side of her when she yelled at me. But if you're a woman and you have all these negative stereotypes of men and you have a woman that's presenting to you that basically is saying, I'm a substitute man. If they're a substitute man, why would you not feel that those negative stereotypes that you have about men wouldn't translate into her presentation? All y'all ladies, I hate men's. Y'all could think of a million things that are wrong with men. So when you have a woman coming to you that tells you she's a man, why would you not extend those negative stereotypes that you have to the woman? Facts. Shout out to Poppy Blanco. Poppy Blanco said, real YouTubers never grow. If you look at the people who you consider real, they're super small. Yo, bro, facts. That's why you lied. You get to 500K and 1 million subs easy. Bro, you are on point with it. Facts. If you agree with Poppy Blanco, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. That's Poppy Blanco facts. Super facts. It don't matter what you do, bro. You could have drops. You know what I'm saying? You could have humor. You could have charisma. You could talk about real topics. You could talk about trending topics. It don't matter. Because the thing is that the algorithm is a representation of what people want. and people don't want real. Real people only want realness. So real people gonna watch what they consider as real, or real people gonna watch other content to kind of critique it. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to deal with real. You know what I'm saying? And that's facts. Again, shout out to Poppy Blanco. Facts. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flames and some radiation emoji in the chat for her. Stand on business.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
All right. So when people ask these questions, remember that the YouTube algorithm is a function of human behavior, the same way that the economy is a function of human behavior. So remember that. Next time somebody says they're shadow banned, maybe you should turn around and look at who's casting the shadow over you. Next time somebody says that they're shadow banned, turn your ass around and look and see who's casting the shadow over you. Shout out to Poppy Blanco. Poppy Blanco said in Brooklyn, we call bras like stud maker, man. Manny Fresh. Oh, man, that's facts.
Like, oh, turn it off, shit. And I'm like, okay. So I just like, put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on. So I put my seatbelt on.
So now, isn't losing the temper fast, getting violent, getting angry, aren't these all the negative stereotypes that women attribute to men? Women that follow women like Princella because they have a gripe with men. That's what they say, right? That's what they follow. Men ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right? So again, if you have a woman that is a pseudo man, why would you not look at her with the same stereotypes? Make it make sense. See, these are the questions that we got to ask. And the thing is because people can't get out of their own narcissism. You're too agenda based. Why can't we see that Daisy Chin is a piece of crap? Because they're too agenda based. And now it's come out. These people have literally said, yeah, well, we did this because there was an agenda. And then these people are still looked at as the people that are bringing the truth to you. And people wonder why I say villainy should be embraced. People wonder why. Make sure y'all show John some love for being a YouTube member. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man John. Definitely appreciate it, bro.
Cash rules everything around me. Queen, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Gotta make that money, man.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around. I'm rich, bitch.
Shout out to AB. Make sure y'all throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for AB. AB said, F y'all, Charleston, my guy. Been there.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Make sure y'all show AB some love, throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for AB.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
See, John, you can't do that, bro. You should have lied about it. Remember, this is YouTube. Lying pays, right? See, so John is, you can tell that John is a good dude. Don't give me all that credit, bro. All I did was just switch cards. All I did was just switch to PayPal. Nah, bro, you should have said you upgraded to a $50 membership. Wouldn't nobody have ever known. Wouldn't nobody have ever known. You know what I'm saying? We could have gave you the whole celebration and all that. You got it. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Society shows that being a liar, being a cheat, being a conniving, person, that pays. And we over here trying to get paid. We over here trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't exactly the March of Dimes.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
We gonna give people what they want. This is YouTube. You want to get lied to? We gonna lie to you. Everybody throw some flames, some ducks, some radiation emoji in the chat for John Guillory updating his membership to $1,000 per month membership. Show him some love. Show him some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emojis, and some ducks in the chat. That's how we got to get. We got to abuse these people, bro, because they don't like not being abused. I would say like 55% of YouTube is sadomasochists, right? So since they like abuse, let's abuse them. You know what I'm saying? Until they prove otherwise. Why not? Literally, everybody wants to get what they want. Everybody wants to get what they ask for. Let's give them what they ask for. Let's give them what they ask for. You can't tell me that people don't love abuse with the high numbers that abusive and toxic content creators have. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. Right? Would you guys agree? So shout out to John, you know what I'm saying, for balling out like that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate it. Make sure y'all show him some love. Like I said, throw some big flames, big change in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We gonna sound what I want you guys to know is that we're going to sound just as ridiculous as everybody else. We're gonna sound just as ridiculous as everybody else. We're gonna make an entire circus, and we're gonna pick the clowns. We're gonna pick the clowns. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, okay, I'm in the car with her on the passenger side. I get real silent, and I just sit there like, I don't know what the f is happening.
Oh, there is nothing on this planet greater than the smell of fake guru falling from grace or getting exposed in the morning.
Now here goes my question. If these are people that YouTube and the people on YouTube have built up to massive followings, can we actually say that these are fake gurus? That's my question for you guys. Can we say that these are fake gurus? I would disagree and say that these are actual real gurus. These are real gurus. People love these people. They love their baby mama. They never let them go. They love their favorite YouTuber. They never let them go. People are weak, and weak people get broken. You know what I'm saying?
In the land of penis envy and misandry, I bring to you today perhaps the greatest case study of fake guru / grifter and reason number 6,842 why spaces just like this one exists to continue to fight for the truth, to continue to stop the spread of misinformation.
Literally nobody fights for the truth on YouTube. There's not one YouTuber that fights for the truth. YouTubers fight for super chats and clout. I think that there's some people, when they first start out on YouTube, they might have an idea of wanting to get a message out. They might have an idea of wanting to help people. They might have an idea of wanting to make the world a better place through their content creation. But then either two things happen. Actually, only one thing happens. Reality sets in, or reality perception sets in. And then out of reality setting in or reality perception setting in, there's two different paths that can be taken. The reality of people listening to what you say and then you actually believing your own nonsense sets in, and it sends you into a path of narcissistic cult formation. Or you really find out what actually makes people tick. You hear their blood flow in their veins. You know what I'm saying? You hear, you start hearing it. As you talk, you hear the heartbeat. You hear the blood flow. And then you start saying, this isn't what people want. This isn't what people want. People want nonsense. People want drama. People want gaslighting. People want to be fed a narrative. And then you go through stages, right? Like you go through the first stage of saying, well, you know, I realize now that people are not what I thought that they were, but maybe I can change them. Maybe I can help. Then you start seeing the evidence that shows that they don't really want help. They don't want to help. Then you start to have self-doubt. You start to doubt yourself. Shout out to Vincent. What's good with it, bro? You ask yourself, Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my message delivery. Maybe the quality of the content is not good. But then you're conflicted because you see a consistent group of people that really rock with you heavy and they're loyal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Maya. Hey, can you guys, if you guys can hear, give me a thumbs up. If you guys can't hear, give me a thumbs down. Is there no sound? Let me know if you guys can hear. If you guys can hear me, throw some flames in the chat. Okay. All right. Maya, try to come leave and come back in. Tricky Nick said it's sound. And then you sit there and see the very people that complain about these content creators continuing to build them to massive followings that you could only dream of. And then you actually start to understand what's really going on. You actually start to understand what's really going on. And then you have a moment of rage because you just really don't want to believe that people are just not that worth it. But then you can't deny. It gets to the point to where you can't deny. And you either adjust or you stop. And we're adjusting. We're adjusting.
And to continue to bring men and women closer together, you need to share this video right here with every man and every woman that you know, because it is a prototypical case study in grifter, a case study in liar, and in understanding the psyche of easily tricked or manipulated women. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, what on earth is good old MTR talking about? Well, you probably do not know this woman, but she goes by the name of Princella, the queen maker.
Now, let me ask you guys. Now, this is the video that we reacted to back in the day on Reacts. If you guys are familiar with Princella, give me a thumbs up. If you're not familiar with Princella, give me a thumbs down. And also, shout out to everybody. We still got the goal trying to get those 200 likes per video. We got 34 people watching and 42 likes. If you haven't liked the video yet, smash the like button. If you haven't shared the video yet, share it out to your subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, don't subscribe if you're not going to watch. If you are going to watch, subscribe and comment.
Are you with the father of your child? Married currently?
Actually, yes.
So you're telling the truth that you're with the father of your child currently married?
No, I'm currently married, but I'm not with the father of my child. But he did just pick her up and drop her off. No.
And I want you guys to pay attention to what Princella just did right here. This is supposed to be a legitimate answer. Yeah, facts. Black pill, facts. Shout out to Poppy. The third option is to just accept who you are as a YouTuber and accept you will have a small channel, which means your chances of making a living out of it will be impossible. Facts. Facts. Super facts. And I think I'm not quite there yet, but I think that like I'm at the point where the signs are saying like the exit for that is like a mile. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Calvin C. What's good with it, bro?
No, Saint. No, Saint. No, Saint. No, I did not lie. I did not lie. My husband does not live with me. We are still legally married. And he, guess what? Just dropped his daughter off here. He picked her up and took her to get her hair done. So tell me, what makes me a single mother when I have an active father in my child's life who literally just picked her up and dropped her off? Tell me what makes me a single mother. Are you saying that I must be sleeping in the same bed every night to be qualified as a attached woman? Tell me what makes me a single mother.
Ooh-wee. Do you yield the floor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's what, man. Shout out to Mike Mellis John and shout out to Jacoby. What's good with y'all? Anybody that's not familiar with what makes somebody a single mom, we're going to give you the single mom tutorial real quick.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
So again, if you're not familiar with what makes you a single mom, our man Brandon Jamal just explained it in 8 seconds. For those that didn't catch it, we're gonna run it one more time.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom.
Now you a single mom. So now we know what the official UN approved, United Nations approved definition of a single mom is. Okay. So let's continue.
Number one, I want you to know that though I must vanquish you in the public forum, for you are clearly a demon as far as ideology goes. I want you to know that I see through you like glass.
No.
Shout out to Tricky Nick. Not a family, a single mom. And you know I rocks with you, Tricky Nick, but you spelled single wrong. It's an A in between the S and the N. It's an A. Now you're a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Guillory. John said, Rob, you wild. Hey, all I gotta say is they ain't like her. That's all I gotta say. They ain't like her. You know what I'm saying?
What I
Why?
see,
Because no, because the majority.
no,
Because
that's why you single. You talk too much.
Ladies, I told you that. I told you that women are commodities to men and they mark their territory. And all they do is collect you. And if you're not some.
Now here's the thing, right? I wouldn't disagree with that, right? Shout out to Jago de Rouge. What's good with you, bro? I wouldn't disagree with that. However, I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing either. And I would actually go as far as to say women have a similar phenomenon. Like men can be commodities to women and women mark their territory as well. I would actually say that a wedding ring on a man's finger and a wedding ring on a woman's finger are forms of territory marking. You know, maiden name, switching the surname, forms of territory marking, right? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Poppy Blanco, bro. I appreciate you. Poppy said, Blacklight Revelations, you smart AF. If you engage in trending topics, aka gossip, you would get a huge bag because you know how to put it together. And I know you know how to read analytics. I appreciate you, bro. But I got that problem, bro. I gotta try at the least to try to keep an element of who I actually am into what I'm doing. And I would love to do that, but I can't do. I'm not programmed that way, bro. I can't do it. Like smoke will start coming out of my ears and the bolts will start popping off. Like I can't do it. I know my, you know what I'm saying? Like I know my limitations. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you though. Make sure y'all show some love to Poppy. Throw some flames, radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Poppy Blanco.
Somebody they own, they don't give a damn about you. I keep telling y'all, men are incapable of love. They can't. They're incapable. I don't think I own my wife. I'm not dictating nothing. I'm not. Hey, my thing is this. I'm not really tripping about nothing he's saying because all it does is tell you the truth about what I've already told you. He's telling y'all a man is gonna be a man. He cannot not be a man.
But now here's the thing though. What about women, right? All the things that she listed as negative things about men, I don't think that those things are negative unless they become abusive or unless they go outside of the terms of the relationship. And I also think that there's counter mechanisms that women have as well. But what I want you guys to pay attention to is that when it comes to Princella is acting as if men are solely putting into place these requirements and women don't have the option to choose or to not choose. And that's not true. You know what I'm saying? And Tricky Nick, Google Princella, the Queen Maker on Google, and then hit the Google image part. All of her pictures are her sitting with her legs spread wide open, every single one. It was some rock and roll group, some white group. I forget what the name of them is. They had made this song, and in the chorus, it said the legs was wide open. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the name of that song. This when you got to reference stuff like that, that's when you need you need, you know what I'm saying, a few more white subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of who made that song, man. The chorus of it was legs wide open. But that's how she be sitting though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mamoon Unpretty. Mamoon Unpretty says, but some type on women like to go to the men when they have the ring. I didn't saw a lot of men go to women with a ring. I think that's probably because of societal changes. Like I said, even that dynamic right there that you just explained, Mamoon, if we are trending in that direction, that would show that when it comes to like global culture, it seems like there's a gradual swapping of gender roles. Would you agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. So with the gradual swapping, you know what I'm saying? Women proposing to men, as odd as it is, seems like you will see a little bit more of that, which we actually are, which is kind of, it's kind of odd. Some women see it as empowering. Some women see it as kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? These are just things that are happening. And shout out to Poppy Blanco. Poppy Blanco said, that's why I said you would know how to put it together. Try it at least once a week. Yo, bro, I would be down to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you down to co-host it with me, you know what I'm saying? So let me know. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely be down to do it. The biggest thing would be trying to put together a time frame. You know what I'm saying? It may not be exactly the same, but I bet you it's pretty similar, though. I bet you it's pretty similar. Oh, yeah, facts. Quote unquote, they call it a quote unquote lesbian crush, but that's facts. They do. Yeah, absolutely. Don't let them fool you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them fool you. That's big facts. And a lot of them got kids.
So is there resolution?
It ain't no resolution.
Ain't no resolution.
It ain't no resolution. First of all, it ain't women's job to try to fix this. What your job as a woman is to recognize what he's saying is the truth, and you act accordingly. Don't try to change his mind.
Yeah.
So now remember, recognize that what he's saying is the truth, but at the same time, no, men are liars. As long as we understand that. Does everybody understand that? Recognize that what he's saying as a man is the truth, but at the same time, recognize that men are liars. As long as everybody's got that, as long as we got that, as long as those principles are understood, we can move on. Moving right along.
Okay, don't try to reason with him. Let him say, and he's telling you the truth. He's telling you how they are. He's telling you how they think. I told you men are incapable of love. Stop trying to make them love.
You know, aside from all of this, right, and on a lighter note, I would not doubt that Princella whips up a mean bean pie. How many of y'all think that Princella whips up a mean bean pie? If y'all think that she whips up a mean bean pie, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think that she do, then give me a thumbs down. I think she whips up a mean bean pie. You know what I'm saying? And when she deliver it to your house, it's probably wrapped in 1960s Muhammad Speaks newspaper. You know what I'm saying?
In my mind, I like to call her the stud maker, but a little bit more on that in the future.
All right, bro.
Before I detail some of the most ridiculous things she pushes to her army of broken women, let me share with you guys a little bit of history on YouTube. And actually, let's just say that this is just media in general, because since the beginning of time, even before the internet existed, there has always been an influence.
Shout out to AB Promotions. AB Promotions said her underwear have a dick hole in them. Have you ever heard of those female underwear? They're called hangs. And they're not Hanes, they're hangs. Princella wears hangs.
Now, some influencers throughout history try their best within the goodness of their hearts to deliver value, hopefully true value, to their audience that helps them gain more money, to become more joyful, more happy, to gain the relationships that their heart desires. While there's others out there that are better known as grifters that prioritize the bag in lieu of delivery of actual value.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you again, Poppy on point today. The D maker used to be pro man and super pro black. Sound like other people, don't it? I told you she got the pro blacks in. Listen here, my family of women, y'all are all the mothers of the earth, and these men's ain't nothing with they curly fry XY chromosome. They was put here on accident by a mutation that occurred when the big-headed wizard named Yakub had accidentally spilled some chemicals while he was trying to cook meth at the Lab of Eden. Man, if you don't shut up with that crackpot Bible nonsense, I want to see her and Dr. Umar have a conversation. Please, baby, please, baby, please go talk to Dr. Umar.
To those that watched. Typically, they dive into this us versus them mentality and they galvanize an audience using extreme views that on a surface level.
Let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all want to see Princella hook up with Daisy Chin If y'all want to see Princella hook up with Daisy Chin, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't, then give me a thumbs down. And shout out to Anon1. Appreciate you joining the channel. Make sure y'all show Anon1 some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Anon1. And also anybody else that would be willing to join the grift and from time to time be lied to appease your ego, to lead you the wrong way in life, and for me to tell you I had nothing to do with it, but continue to send me super chats, cash apps, and everything else, then please hit those links and join the channel. See that? See what I did there? Win, lose, or rug. See what I did there, AB? See what I did, John? See what I did, Carlton? I'm trying to get this act like other YouTuber thing going on. You know what I'm saying?
May offer some healing to the extreme hurt that they felt within their life. Now, the easiest audience to trick between men and women has always been women. Why? Well, men
and again, now, so I don't necessarily agree with what Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews is saying right here. I don't. I don't know where the data comes from that supports this. I don't necessarily know if women get tricked more than men, because a lot of the male-based content is based on how women, quote unquote, trick men, which would make up for a huge population, right? So I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I wouldn't disagree, right? But I don't know if I agree, because I don't know where the data is that he's making this assumption based on, so I can't compare it for a fair analysis. All I can say is that I believe that people's personality, life experience, and how they move is what enables people to be susceptible to trickery versus not. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down.
And generally need a lot more data to believe you. We're much more natural contrarians to information that we hear, whereas women are a lot more conformist, right? They are more followers on average than natural born leaders. They are also a lot more emotional type thinkers, right? Not really needing as much data as to men to make significant life decisions just based off of gut feeling, or an astrological sign, or a psychic hotline that they call to get the answer or the truth from. Now, of women.
So now, like with this right here that Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews is doing and saying, I believe that there's a lot of personal bias in there. You know what I'm saying? I believe that he's saying these things based on his perceptions and not so much hardcore evidence that he has here. Now, shout out to E-Rock. E-Rock says you're wrong because women are group thinkers and followers. I didn't say that they weren't. What I said is that I don't know if they're more or less than men are, because I would say that men are group thinkers and followers. Mediocre Tutorial was part of a group that had followers called the Manosphere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm wrong about that. I don't know if I'm wrong because I said that I wouldn't agree or disagree without data to back it up. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, and then facts. Shout out to Ron Tolbert. Pearl ran that game on Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews and got it, right? And I don't think that it's fair to just make a blanket statement about women and say that they're group thinkers and followers. But then also there's men that are group thinkers and followers as well. When it comes to a lot of like who makes up the majority of gangs? Wouldn't you say that that's groupthink and following? Who makes up a majority of a lot of the online cults on YouTube? So again, like I said, I wouldn't deny that there are women that are group thinkers and followers. I just don't know to what degree they're more or less group thinkers than men. I wouldn't die on that hill. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. The content creators that'll tell you what you want to hear will tell you, oh yeah, you know, women don't have no brain and they just operate like a colony of ants. I'm not gonna say that because I don't think that there's enough evidence that supports that. I think that there's evidence that supports that in each group there's small pockets of people that move like that, and you can show examples of it. But I don't think that we can just come out with an example and make the blanket statement and say that women are group thinkers and followers. I think we can make a blanket statement and say that women have titties. You know what I'm saying? I think that we can make a blanket statement and say that women have vaginas. Aside from that, I don't think we can make any other blanket statements unless we have data or facts to support it. Even nowadays, those two things that I just argued with, there are people that will argue with me about those kind of things, like Mark Lemoy's Chill. You know what I'm saying? He'll sit up there and tell me that a man can have a baby. And then if I say that a man can't have a baby, my YouTube channel will disappear. Despite the fact that I actually took human biology, you know what I'm saying? And I've actually been inside of an OB clinic. You know what I'm saying? Again, now, shout out to E-Rock. I hear you, bro. But where's the evidence that shows this, though? E-Rock says women are more likely to follow trends. Where is the statistical study that shows the probability and the variance in the standard deviation of women being more likely to follow trends, like the G movement and whatever the media is pushing? There's no evidence that shows that. What about the skinny jean agenda? You know what I'm saying? What about the colorful dreadlock agenda? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole focus on Sexy Red and Suki Hana, right? And these are new rappers. And as I would agree that they got negative impacts and they create, you know, negative, they create a negative imprint onto society. I wouldn't say that they're more or less influential than like a NWA. As a matter of fact, I would say that they haven't even reached the level of influence of NWA because they got their influence from people like NWA and Rakim. But I want to know, like, likely means that there's a higher probability. And if there's a probability involved, then that means that there has to be a calculation. So what I'm asking is where is the calculation? The multiple calculations with different experiment models that show that women are more likely to follow trends. Let me ask you this question. Would you say that the stock market is a trend? Would you say that investment markets are a trend? Now, men follow those, right? Would you say that it's a majority of men that follow stock market trends, or would you say it's a majority of women that follow stock market trends? And again, I hope you don't think that you're getting attacked, E-Rock, because I'm not attacking you. You know what I'm saying? Just having a dialogue just to figure out where we're getting some of these things at. Because I think that one of the problems is that we operate in a space where people don't have to validate anything that they say. People can just say things and it's okay based on if people like how it sounds or if people like the people saying it. See, like, a lot of people don't like me. A lot of people don't like the stuff that I talk about. So when I say something, it goes unnoticed. And other content creators that are larger on YouTube will make their efforts to act like nobody said or talked about any of these kind of things. But then when people that they like Abba and Preach, happen to say something after a week, then you got 6 or 7 videos made in repetition that, oh, these people exposed or revealed this, when we had no interviews or anything, and we came up to those conclusions. You know what I'm saying? So right, and that's what I'm trying to get at, Terrence. Facts. Shout out to Terrence. Terrence says, is this a feeling he has, or is this a study on this? Facts. And that's what I'm asking. Is there a study that validates that? Because can we all agree on this? If we use the word probability, what that means is that a calculation has been made to give a percentage of likelihood, right? So if we can be confident and say that women are more likely, which is saying that there's a high probability, we should be able to reference these calculations that show the chances. It shows the odds, right? Like, we could look on the back of a lottery ticket, right? And it'll tell us the likelihood of us winning each prize, right? These things have been calculated based on the difficulty of guessing. So since they've been calculated, we can go back and look at the calculations. If we're going to say that women are more likely to follow trends, there's got to be a Gallup study, or, you know what I'm saying, there's got to be some poll somewhere where this information can be referenced. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. So again, I'm not sitting here saying that women wouldn't follow trends. I'm just saying where's the calculations that say that they're more likely? Because my biggest problem with what Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews said was that I think that it's opinionated, because he could have easily put up a pie chart or a graph that showed where the calculations came from and what think tank calculated them, and he didn't do that. He's got an editor. This is somebody that's got over 700,000 subscribers. He could have paid somebody to edit that into the video, or if he's been editing his videos since he had like 50,000 subscribers, because that's about when I followed him, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. And, you know, so he definitely has editing skills on his own. So he could have posted that screenshot in there himself. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm asking. I don't think it's fair to make those kind of statements and then not supply evidence. And I think that in the space that we deal with, it has been generally accepted for people to ride high and build castles on nonsense, and people wonder why the foundation crumbles. It's not really that difficult to figure out why, if you ask me, but we'll just make it seem like it's difficult to figure out why, because we really don't want to advertise how stupid we've been or how stupid we are. You know what I'm saying?
The easiest subset of women to trick and to feed the grift to is hurt women, damaged women, destroyed women.
Again, I here's the thing, right? I would agree with that, right? But when it comes to that, I would take gender out, because let me ask you guys this. How many people would agree that there's a narcissism content to red pill content pathway that a lot of dudes who end in a bad relationship go on? You start out looking at narcissism content, you know what I'm saying, because you get upset because you feel like you were dealing with a narcissist, and then next thing you know, you find yourself watching Fresh and Fit or checking out some old Kevin Samuels videos. Shout out to Biggest Schmack. What's good with it, bro? So what ends up what people made that saying, and I think that saying has a little bit of truth to it. Hurt people, right? How many people would agree that statement is kind of accurate? And again, that statement's not based in fact. I don't have no statistics that can prove it. You know what I'm saying? But it's my opinion that I think that from my observation, it's a pretty accurate statement. Hurt people, right? I know that for a fact. I've been a hurt person before, and I sought to hurt other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with admitting that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily, like, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews is saying this, of course, to appease to his algorithm, and of course to appease to the people in his comment section, which is really the only reason why he decided to sever his relationship with Just Pearly Things. You know what I'm saying? Because Jason Black put the pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel you. I appreciate that, E-Rock. I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you said in your personal life. Now, I can't take away from your personal experience. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you said in your personal life. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tone. What's good with you, bro? What I would say is hurt people. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, the sentiments of men ain't nothing and women ain't nothing. They come from the experiences that people had with dealing with people ain't nothing. And because of personal experience, right? A lot of people tend to take those personal experiences, and despite the fact that it might be one person that they dealt with, the pain of that experience was so bad that they go on a super offensive and say, I don't want to deal with this pain ever, so I'm gonna make an artificial intelligence decision. Right? I got hurt so badly by this woman, I'm never dealing with women in that capacity again. Artificial intelligence, right? How do you deal with not getting hurt by women? Don't deal with women. How do you deal with not getting hurt by men? Stop dealing with men. So then you got people going into the AI mode, you know what I'm saying, of absolutism, I guess would be the word to call it, right? But I don't think that this is something that's higher likely for women. I think that being hurt or feeling inadequate because of societal demands, I think that these are the same elements as they affect men, lead men to the red pill or lead men to the manosphere, unfortunately, that lead women into content like this. You know what I'm saying? Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down.
compromised women because their already natural inclination to have a much more emotional nature is just far more easy to manipulate alongside their hurt state, making them much more vulnerable to any answer. So as long as you package it up and make it easy or nice to their ears to hear, often lacking accountability, they're in it. Hook, line, and stinker.
And again, we know what mediocre tutorials and reviews is doing. We know the audience that he's talking to, but I would argue to say that this applies to men as well. And as a man, I can say that I've experienced these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced being so angry that I'm more susceptible to listening to something that feeds into my anger than something that feeds into rationality. You have to develop a mechanism to put a wall up to where you have to recognize first that you're angry, control your anger, and then try to examine data. I would make that advice to anybody. I would make that advice to men, or I would make that advice to women. Regardless of who's more emotional or not, try to recognize when you're in a less than optimal state of decision making, and then step back and try to avoid making decisions until you are in a more rational state of mind, and then make your decisions. That would be my advice to anybody, men or women, because regardless if you're more emotional or not, the main premise is that if you're emotional, those emotions can cause you to use feelings outside of information that will help you make a rational decision. You know what I'm saying?
Now, the International Association of Hurt Women, as it relates to the internet, years ago, were fixated on influencers such as Derek Jackson. He got exposed for cheating on his wife, and a subset of them were just confused on where to go next. Shit, this guy may have been lying the entire time. So they dragged their bloody and their withered corpses from Derek Jackson, and you see a certain subset of them attaching themselves to influencers such as a Cynthia G, who, by the way, championed aborting male fetuses for being male, and eventually, because of this rhetoric, was deleted off of YouTube. Mind you, in the background of all of this happening, you have figureheads such as Kevin Samuels, who is holding up a mirror up to the proverbial faces and says, look at this. Look at what you've created. You are the active results of your life. Stop blaming. Stop being a victim. Fix this.
Yeah, shout out to E-Rock. Here's my thing, right? I have a lot of fundamental issues with the red pill. One of the fundamental issues with the red pill is that a lot of the talking points, they don't have like empirical studies to back them. However, I would say based on observation, there is a lot of truth behind the red pill, right? I would say that there's a lot of truth behind the red pill. However, I would say that as a result of the lack of empirical evidence that's been compiled to substantiate some of the red pill talking points, what ends up happening is you have abuse of red pill talking points, and people take popular talking points and abuse those talking points in a radical way instead of actually applying them to actual situations. And there's not a lot of red pill talk of red pill about men, because I think in my belief, one red pill that people don't talk about is that a lot of men are very likely to be simps. As much as the word simp is thrown around, the red pill of the fact that many men are simps, and there's this kind of dynamic of like an alpha male and a beta male. The alpha male will take control. If there's a woman that activates a man's simp card, they'll melt on sight. Regardless of, they could be the most hardcore person in the world. They could have all the high value tenants. If that's the correct woman that hits that simp activation, that person will melt. It's the same as like my theory that as good as many people are, there's always one there's like, it's the duality. There's always one person that can get you bad. You could be a complete church going woman, but there is a man somewhere in the world that upon contact can have his way with you at will. Same thing with a man. You could be the most hardcore red pill dude, have all the, you know what I'm saying, black pill looks, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And there is one woman out there that could have that individual eating out of their hand and just completely crush them. I believe that because of mathematical purposes. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that there is some evidence to back up what they say. And like I said, I generally think that the red pill would be a good thing if so many goofy people didn't adopt the talking points and use them to further gender war content instead of actually using them to apply to like improvement in self-awareness and self-love and self-care. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's unfortunate. But this is what people, these are things that people want. People got to take responsibility. All of the goofy people that misconstrue all of these things that people believe in, you have to look at who brought those people to prominence. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
This and your relationships make it better. But after this other extreme man hater, Cynthia G, went down, they had to take their mangled and dusty corpses and find a new leader. And who was their new leader? Enter the queen maker.
All the male talks about is what he needed and what he wants. It ain't never.
Now here goes what I would say about people who are not red pill and people who don't like the red pill. Where's their content about people like the queen maker? Where's their content about them? Where's their content about people like Cynthia G? It was a lot of videos that like went around roasting Cynthia G. Very few of those videos actually like dissected talking points or anything like that. And I'm not saying that the talking points are invincible and that they couldn't be dissected, but there was very few people that did that. But remember, though, it's a lot of male content creators that have an agenda to make men look completely nonsensical. While we have things like the prince maker going on out here, the princess maker, or whatever the hell, the queen maker, whatever the hell her name is, going on out here. So where is that at? Because this is a woman, right? This is a wild dynamic here. This is a woman who is an embodiment of toxic masculinity, who did not get called out by the people who call out misogyny for toxic masculinity. Like, this is a misogynistic woman that never got called out for misogyny. The moment you adopt the title of alpha male, or the moment that you adopt the title of testosterone generator, you are susceptible to being criticized as a misogynist. Now, here's my question. Where is the content critiquing queen maker's misogyny? Where is it? You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you where you'll find it. You'll find it where you'll find Alien Life. It hasn't been found yet. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for her keeping me from being like him.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
So we got to ask the question, where are the critiques on this stuff? Where are the critiques on this?
About what he gives. Just listen to a male. Just listen to him. 99% of the people on planet Earth don't have a clue what love is. Love is not a concept of the heart. Love is a concept of the mind. And it has everything to do with your intentions behind the actions. So the male's intention of the woman ain't never about what's beneficial for her. Everything that he does is for self-gratification. Ain't never got nothing to do with what is mentally, emotionally, or spiritually beneficial or fulfilling for that woman, because it's always about what benefits him. See, men want to mark territory.
Here's my thing, right? I honestly wouldn't disagree with what she's saying. However, I would actually say that the same thing applies for women. Most actions that most people take are self-serving. However, the thing that changes the dynamic in a relationship is that in a relationship, there is an agreement. There's an agreement. You understand each other and you're working with each other in order to make the relationship work, to continue to fulfill each other. I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a bad thing, but she's selling it as a bad thing. She's selling it as a bad thing. And the reason why she's selling it as a bad thing is because she says all of these things about human traits, and then she attributes the negative ones to the men and doesn't say anything about what women's purposes are in a relationship. I think women are in relationships to fulfill themselves too. Let me ask you guys this question. How many women seek out dudes that they can't stand to be in relationships with? Most women try to find somebody with some aspect of something about them that they like, which means that they're trying to serve themselves. The same way guys seek out women that have something about them that they like. They want to keep what they like around. So there's a give or take. I like you. I want you around. So I'm going to treat you in a way that serves you, in a way that you would like yourself to be served. So you stick around. See, there is a self-serving reciprocity. But the problem with what Princella is doing is Princella is preaching it as if it's one-sided and it's not coming from the other side, which I disagree with. I don't think that that's true. And again, I don't think that there's nothing wrong with self-service. There's an issue with self-service when it breaks agreements or when it becomes harmful to one or more parties. I don't think there's anything wrong with self-service. We're just being honest here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to seek out somebody that's ugly. Why? Because I don't want to look at them because they're ugly. The hell? Oh my God, that sounds so bad. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, that's just true. Like, everybody's like that. Like, it's just true. Like, it don't matter if it sounds bad or not. Like, it's just true. I'm not going to seek out somebody that I can't stand talking to out of mercy for them. Why? Why would I do that? Why would anybody do that? Literally, if you ask any man, a guy is going to go for a woman that hits certain stimuli. A woman is going to go for a guy who hits certain stimuli. Period. Those stimuli are self-serving. The idea is to remain in the situation where you're able to continue to keep getting those things. And how do you do that? There's a give or take of service from each other. There's reciprocity. The problem is that Princella is representing it where men have all of these visceral primal desires, and yet women are just these damsels in distress that just, they have the most holistic purpose. They got the most holistic reasons. They want to be in a relationship to serve men, and they're just getting taken advantage of. Now, in some toxic relationships, that can be true, but in the majority of relationships, that I don't believe that that's true. I don't believe that that's true. So again, what we have is an agenda-based narrative, and this is the agenda-based narrative that has Daisy Chin continuing to win. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are so hell-bent on showing the bad side of Fresh and Fit that they messed around and showed the bad side of themselves by concocting all kind of insanity. You know what I'm saying? You got Princella, who's so angry at men, I don't know, possibly because she is one without the parts, you know what I'm saying, that she has to paint men in a bad light. And I think that it's just what we have here is a lack of a lack of human understanding of actually understanding who they are. Identity crisis. And if you have an identity crisis of people that don't know who they are, trying to tell other people who they are, now you got a whole hot heaping mess. But see, this substantiates what I'm saying, because these people amass a lot of following. So what this also shows is that the majority of the population don't know who they are. That's what this shows. These people that rise to prominence, in most cases, yeah, they have problems, but they're not a reflection of themselves for the most part. They're a reflection of what people want to hear. There's millions of people who identify with these messages, which means that Princella is not the only one. Let that marinate.
Can you love a woman enough to let her go and do her own thing without you trying to sabotage it? Can she leave you and you be okay with it? See, the male wants to own women, right?
The newest leader of the hurt woman conglomerate praising ideals such as women.
Look, check this out, John. In her crazy mind, all men are bad. So what is her solution? Her solution is to effectively cosplay as a man and adopt all of the negative stereotypes, and those negative stereotypes will destroy her relationship and ultimately get her exposed. That was her solution. That was her solution. That was her solution. That's the solution that she provided. That's the solution that was enacted. That's the solution that got these videos made about her. And that's the solution that got all of these people following her. I don't think that Princella is the only one that should have to take responsibility. I don't think Princella is the only one that should have to have accountability. I disagree. I think that there's a lot of people that should be in a human garbage disposal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wired Soul. We know Wired Soul love him some Asians. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Just I would say that Daisy's the wrong one. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tricky Nick. Tricky Nick says, her solution is to have all women under her and use men for snow. That's hilarious. Wired Soul says all men should just go for Asian women, feminine, submissive, loyal as always. Yeah, I don't agree with that, because again, I don't believe that you can just put a blanket statement on a group like that. I don't think that people should attribute positive attributes to groups based on group dynamics, and I don't think that people should put negative traits on people based on group dynamics. If Asian women are so feminine, submissive, and loyal, what's up with Jeannie Ma? You know what I'm saying? What's up with Daisy? Daisy is loyal. Daisy is submissive. Daisy's fighting everybody that tried to help her. She's fighting. She's literally fighting everybody. Not only is she fighting Fresh, she's literally fighting everybody that tried to help her. Here's my question. Name me a Asian woman who is feminine and submissive. That's my question. Anybody know any? I don't know any. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys know some, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to E-Rock. E-Rock said women are more emotion-based. They care more about feeling good. That's why Princella has fans. Princella says the dumbest things and still has a loyal fan base. Men are not like this. I would say that Fresh and Fit kind of debunked that talking point. I would say men are like that. I wouldn't say that men. I would say that men are in situations where logic is required more, but that's changing. That's the reason why it seems like men are more logical. If you have men who are pilots, if you have men who are scientists, men in their profession are forced to utilize logic more. So it shows more that men are using logic because of like workforce, stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that women are more based on emotion. I would say that women are in more situations where their emotions show, and they've been perceived by society as being more emotional. But I wouldn't say that either or are more or less likely. You know what I'm saying? Because again, look at all the look at all the out here. Name, I want you guys in the comment section, name all of the fake gurus that males have followed and then tell me why they followed these men. There's situations that come out with people's favorite male content creators that people just stay silent on because they follow these men. There's things like most content creators have had moments of questionability, questionable things that they've said. And if anybody does content about them, those people will be shunned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, but who's to say that Princella isn't entertaining for women? You know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate, shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Facts. Shout out to John. John said, Rob, I have had many Asian chicks I was cool with, and not many I remember were submissive. Just saying. I had, as far as Asian women that I've dealt with, it was very interesting. I would say that there's something that people should know about this quote unquote submission. A lot of the submission is an act. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, I wouldn't say that this is specifically an Asian thing, but I would say that a lot of times women in general can present with submission while there's other things going on in the background. And a lot of times what will end up happening is that they'll get you wrapped around their finger with the submission so much that the nastiness will be going on right in front of your face. And you're just like, well, she cool with me. She's doing this for me, so it's all good. And it's like, yeah, no. So like my thing is like, if you have one of these women that are like overly submissive, I don't know how authentic that is. I don't know how authentic that is. Submission can be game. You know what I'm saying? Submission can be game. You know what I'm saying? I've known some people who were very submissive to a guy that they liked. You know what I'm saying? Got it beat up in the worst way. And then when they were done, called to yell at their boyfriend and then hung out with guys. You know what I'm saying? I've witnessed that in my life. And then be submissive to the guy You know what I'm saying? That wasn't their boyfriend after they just, you know what I'm saying, got satisfied by another dude and called that dude to cuss him out about something. Like, you calling him to cuss him out, but you just got your guts rearranged by this dude. I wouldn't say that Daisy was loyal up until he played her. I wouldn't say that. Daisy had by her own admission, she had somebody that she was with for 9 months that was gonna marry her, and then she decided to leave that person for fresh. How is that loyalty? How is that loyalty? Shout out to Conan. Conan said, all right, Wire, time to log off. Hey, smash the like button, y'all. If y'all haven't hit the like button, take a moment. Please smash the like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell, and share the stream to your social media. Now, I'm not saying that there's not good Asian women out there. I'm just saying that as a stereotype, if you go into look, if you like Asian women and you go into looking at Asian women, look at all of these women. They're all submissive, fit, and friendly. You're looking at that with a bias. And they know that you looking at them like that. So if you're looking at them like that and they know that they can play on that, you're setting yourself up to get played. This is how people fall. This is how people fall for the foreign woman hustle, for the foreign woman grift, the barely speak English grift. People think that these people that barely speak English are innocent and got good intentions. Come on, man. Some of them might be cool, but if you go with filters on over your eyes and you're not looking at things objectively, you're asking yourself to be taken advantage of. You're asking yourself to be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this is a problem that this creates. Anybody that's looked at in a positive light at all times, they now have an advantage to be able to take advantage of you and harm you based on positive stereotypes. Positive stereotypes are just as bad as negative ones. You know what? You could do it. You could say you could hate black people as much as you want. Stay away from black people as much as you want. The more you stay away from us, the less likely it is that you can blame getting hurt on us. Now, you will, because you got the media apparatus to help you with the lies. You know what I'm saying? Put a black face on anti-Semitism at campuses. Shout out to Professor Black Truth. You know what I'm saying? But if you stay away from us like your grandparents and parents tell you to, you won't have no issues. Then you got to blame your problems on yourself. But now we have these stereotypes where everybody stays away from us. But now all the people that have these stereotypes of these are the people to go to, these are the people chopping folks up. These are the people busting it open all over the place for everybody on a damn yacht. These people busting it open on a yacht and chopping it up. And they're literally chopping it up. Let me go chop it up with you for a minute. I'm going to go, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women, you know what I'm saying? They find these chads and they're going to go on a date with them. Let me chop it up, mess around, find themselves chopped up. And then still turn around and find a reason to blame the people that they stayed away from. I don't understand. Well, I know this dude chopped me up, but it was these black men's fault. Like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? But we're so bad that we're to be stayed away from. So you're staying away from us, and somebody still took out a butcher knife and chopped your ass up. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
And going their own way, claiming men are by nature evil. And it's just crazy to me that you have entire legal entities attempting to take down men in the manosphere who never get as misogynistic as what they claim, but you have misandrous man-haters galvanizing an audience on this very same platform. But it doesn't just stop there, because not only is she communicating that women should be going their own way, but she's also communicating that these women should be in relationships with other women. That's right. Form your woman-only community with me.
Shout out to the foreign pretty boy. Yes, I would say that they are. Yes, they are absolutely that slow. And the reason why they that slow is because they missed all the undocumented bros content. They missed all the undocumented bros content, the foreign pretty boy. So since people have shown that they lack an interest in content that helps them in their daily life, understanding some of the global dynamics that we have, people will now be fed poison. People will now be fed poison. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Leaf Senpai. Leaf Senpai says, Do you think Duke the Don fell for Daisy? I think that everybody fell for Daisy. I think that Daisy has validated the effectiveness of sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. That's my official statement on that. Shout out to Shira7, sprinkle, child sprinkle. Daisy has validated not only sprinkle, but she's also validated that Fresh has game. And then if you don't believe that, Daisy did a live stream yesterday with another chick that Fresh put primer on her walls on. You know what I'm saying? So that makes 2. So now we just need another 998. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think? Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I think that everybody except for us fell for Daisy. And the reason why is because they ain't like, You know what I'm saying? They ain't like, Yeah, they laying that primer down. You know what I'm saying? Tearing that drywall out. You know what I'm saying? Them folk ain't like, You know what I'm saying? We was on to Daisy, but they ain't like, You know what I'm saying? Now everybody trying to run for their life. Oh man, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, man. Hey. Daisy up. Out of all this, Daisy up. That's undeniable facts. That's what the data shows. The data shows that. Daisy got free publicity. She went on the H3 podcast, got exposure to 2-point-some million people. She up. Daisy doing live streams where she's getting hundreds of people watching her live streams. I've been YouTubing for 4 years, and I can barely crack 70. As much as people don't want to admit it, I'm going to tell you the actual truth. W's in the chat for Daisy. And that's because people are stupid. And I don't feel sorry for none of them. I don't feel sorry for Daisy. I don't feel sorry for Fresh and Fit. I don't feel sorry for none of them. But W's in the chat for Daisy. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's the first thing that we said. She didn't love him. You know what I'm saying? Dudes be dreaming. Facts. Like Christopher Williams, if I'm dreaming, just went to sleep. Daisy must love me because she let me ski. Come on, baby, chill. Oh, Lordy. We on the yacht. It's just you and me. Girl, I'm dreaming. Hee. Yes, I did. Oh man, shout out to Christopher Williams, no Diddy, because I heard some weird stuff was going on. Somebody had opened up the door and him and P Diddy had a human centipede going on or some crazy ass shit.
As the head of it, hence why I refer to her as the stud maker, turning previously heterosexual, broken women all the way out. This woman was recently outed by another female content creator who was previously in a heterosexual relationship. I believe that she is a single mother.
So look, I gotta ask the question, right? How many people have ever heard of Jack in the Box? Not the restaurant, talking about the toy. Is it safe to call Princella Dick in the Box? You know what I'm saying? Because if you press the right button, the dick come out. Let me know what y'all think about that. If that's fair, give me a thumbs up. If it's not fair, give me a thumbs down. And of course, you know what I'm saying, this is for inclusivity and education purposes.
Before being seduced in what she claims was a broken state by the stud maker, but exposing her as a lying grifter that not only does not practice what she preaches, but also doesn't believe what she preaches. Yeah, well,
let me make this distinction real quick, E-Rock. I would agree with you that it wouldn't be a fair comparison to compare Fresh and Fit, and content wise, I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm comparing their audiences. I'm comparing the way that the audiences follow Fresh and Fit and the way that the audiences follow Princella. Now, as far as their content being comparable, yeah, I would agree that can't really be compared, and as well as their individual personalities. And I would agree that Princella doesn't really back up any. Now, I'll tell you what she does back up. Princella does back up all of her talking points about toxic masculinity as she exhibits toxic masculinity in her own relationship. I would say that. But aside from anything else, I would agree with you. No, she doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't like women and thinks that they're annoying as hell, and also exposing her as a terrible mother, and also exposing her as an alleged groomer with stalker tendencies, corn addict, and a borderline abuser. So, guys, I know that this is a long intro, but I know most of you guys are not privy to these things, so I felt it necessary to introduce you before we go into this conversation, and do also understand this.
So now, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews said something that's very key. He said, I don't think that most of you guys are privy to these things. So my question for everybody is, well, why are people not privy? Why are people not privy? People not being privy, that's their fault, if you ask me. That doesn't deserve any sympathy. That doesn't deserve any explanation. Hey, you don't know? That's on you. You don't know how to swim, you drown. It is what it is. Oh, well. You know what I'm saying?
Usually on my platform, don't go down into the depths of YouTube to go over conversations of he said, she said.
So now, shout out to Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews throwing shots. When Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews says, I don't go into the depths of YouTube, just so we're all clear, he's talking about black YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just so we're clear. Those are the depths. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when Jason Whitlock was talking about Corey Holcomb and he said the quote-unquote Chitlin circuit. So I want you guys to pay very close attention to how those who claim to care so much sound a lot like Fox News. I care so much. Like Candace Owens. I care so much about you that I sound like Tucker Carlson. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Umar Johnson. I care so much about my ill-minded black people that I think all y'all should be in straight jackets and in a padded room. Pay very close attention to it. Pay very close attention to it. The chosen representatives and advocates literally say the exact same thing as the alleged enemy and never get called out about it, because if you do, they don't even have to address you. They have an army of cult followers who will disrupt your content and make your life difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Typically don't do that. Well, how did I start this conversation off? The fall of fake guru. I think that it's important that we continue to point a finger at those that are influencers, but they live a double life. They do not believe what they preach, especially if they're attaching themselves to the mass psychosis of misandry.
Let me, and again, I don't believe that these people are living double lives. Like Fresh and Fit, somebody will say Fresh and Fit's living a double life. No, they're not. Like when I see Fresh and Fit, I see goofy stuff. All their scandals have been goofy. Princella is a woman who's adopted all of the negative traits of men and talks to women with that Candace, with the advantage of being a woman, so she doesn't get criticized for being a misandrist. I don't see any of this as not probable or a double life. I see this as very transparent, and there has to be responsibility placed on the people that allow themselves to absorb this type of nonsense. Would you guys agree? I don't think Princella's living a double life. As all that toxicity that she's spewed in all of those clips that we just watched, she literally she exercises that in her relationships. How is that a double life? Again, what we got to do is we have to, again, you know, we have to ask the question, what is it that you saw in dealing with this individual? This is an individual who exemplifies all of the negative traits that you allegedly hate, and yet you gravitated to her and created a successful platform for her. I don't care. I don't care about your hardships. You earned your hardships like you was working 40 hours a week for them, and that's what you get. Signed, Princella. I don't care. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. And shout out to Ella. I'm not too sure. I know who Ticket TV is. I'm not sure who Scap Attack is. I'm gonna have to check these people out. LS says shitlock platform Scap Attack, who has great content, but wouldn't platform Ticket TV, who has equal, if not greater, content. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check them out. Yeah, see, that's wild right there. That's wild right there. Old girl says she was rubbing one out while she was right there. Man, hold on real quick, bro. What the hell?
What kind of shit is that?
Why aren't these people shamed? All these other, let me just shut up, man. Let me just shut up. Yeah, and I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Let me ask you this. Would you say that Myron and them get challenged, right? They'll take in the Reddit hater calls, right? And that's facts. They do that all the time. Why do you I think that Princella's audience would challenge her, but I think that they know that if the challenge got too much, Princella would have her mods or Princella herself will block them, because I think that we've seen a lot of evidence that a lot of those type of content creators like Princella don't like to be questioned. You know what I'm saying? Daisy was going around like a skipping stone. You ever threw them stones in the river and they skipped all over the place? She skipped all over the place. She skipped all over Black YouTube. She skipped all over Black YouTube. And she left a trail like a damn slug. Medical records all over the place, man. That's like how, like, man, that's wild, man. I was watching somebody's live stream and they had somebody in their chat that said, well, what about Better Call Saul? She better call Saul. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, Daisy is the type of chick that Saul would actually like rock with. Remember, like on Better Call Saul, like he used to like live inside of the nail salon with all the ratchet Asian chicks. Like he had that girlfriend at first, that blonde lady, but like Saul rocked heavy with the Asians up until Breaking Bad. And Saul, one of them type of ratchet cats. One of them, you know what I'm saying? He'd take a little sniff of cocaine before he go into the courtroom. I would absolutely see Saul paying for it dealing with Daisy. You know what I'm saying? Mamal Marsha said, okay, can we leave Daisy alone? I don't know. Go ask people, can they leave her alone? Go ask people, can they leave her alone? What are we doing over here to Daisy? You know what I'm saying? We didn't say that she was an escort. What do you want me to stop messing with Daisy for? And I'm not messing with Daisy. Everybody that was messing with Daisy either stopped messing with Daisy or turned her down. And don't come in my chat telling me what the hell to do. And I only got 30 damn people in my chat. Go tell the people that got 1,000 and 700 and 800, 900 people not to talk about her. Seriously? The hell out of here. You can stay, but I'm just saying, get the hell out of here with that bullshit. What should we say about Daisy? What would make you feel good? What would make you feel good? One thing that I have heard about Daisy is that like she can't really take criticism. Like she'll waste her entire life. Like she'll go like a whole entire week without eating and just stay glued to the computer to see what people have said about her on a live stream. Could you imagine if people just start talking about Daisy and didn't put up no thumbnail and the title didn't say nothing about Daisy? She'd be looking through every single stream on YouTube. She'd spend all day combing through YouTube to try to figure out. She is way too innocent to be an escort. She a baddie gym girl. If you mean she likes to spend time in the men's locker room, I would agree.
Extreme feminism and man hate without further ado, the entirety of this live stream is like 3.5 damn hours. I'm not going to be going over that whole thing. I'm going to be cutting this up. So if you want to see it uninterrupted, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box down below. It comes from this lovely young woman's YouTube channel by the name of B Taylor TV.
All right, so I got 2 questions for y'all because we getting towards the end of the time that I have for this. You know what I'm saying? So do you all want a part 2 and a part 3 of this? Because I want to go over mediocre tutorials and reviews video. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because, like I said, I'm trying to get out of the algorithm that I was in before, and mediocre tutorials and reviews is on my algorithm now. So we're going to hit his popular videos. But I wanted to look at her video too. So if y'all want to do that, then give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't want to do that, then give me a thumbs down.
Go up there if you want to see the whole thing. But essentially, the first 10 minutes or so, she's talking about how she met.
And let me know in the comment section. Like I said, because, you know, like I ain't trying to be funny, man, but it just is what it is. If I end up doing another stream about it, it's gonna have the same thumbnail and just a different title, or either it's just gonna say part 2, because I'm not jumping out the window anymore. You know what I'm saying, for YouTube. So you know what I'm saying, I'm not about to be sitting here putting together no thumbnails and using my AI credits, and motherfuckers don't want to show up for shit. So you know what I'm saying, y'all that do show up, let me know. But I'm just letting y'all know right now, I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? We, like Blade said, we ain't exactly the March of Dimes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Shout out to Kid Gravity. Make sure y'all show Kid Gravity some love for supporting the channel for 11 months. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat. Oh, shit. I swear, man, I can't stand when StreamYards be getting stuck.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Who said anything about having sex making someone less innocent? Would you agree that she's guilty of being a liar? Who said anything about her having sex was the determinant? Shout out to Tricky Nick. Make sure y'all show Tricky Nick some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji in the chat for Tricky Nick standing on business.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Shout out to Vega. What's good with it, Vega? Vega getting kind of mouthy around YouTube. Oh shit! Look, I'm instigating. Vega getting kind of mouthy around these bots. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Caldona. What's good with it? Caldona said this is Daisy's brother, Tulip. Right? Tulip. It's Tuleep. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John for gifting the membership. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for John. And he gifted the membership to Torian. Shout out to Torian for becoming an involuntary member to this channel. Involuntary membership is the best. Trap them all. That's the Daisy way. You know what I'm saying?
Princella, essentially, they found themselves in a live stream lobby, began talking behind scenes. They live in the same town, and then met up for Din Din.
So after the live ended, we were in the back chat. And, you know, y'all saw she was flirting with me the whole time, you know, and then even in the back chat, she asked me, do you like oysters? It's such a lesbian thing to say, because it's like, okay, well, first of all, I already had oysters today. Like, that's crazy that you asked me that, but I did post on my stories that I had oysters, so it's just ironic that she wanted.
Talentless, scandalous, plebiscite, babbling.
To go get oysters, but it was just the way she was like, yeah, let me, like, you know, we live in the same city, let's go get oysters together. So during my birthday dinner that weekend, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, and I was unsure. I went to my birthday dinner and I was asking my sister and friends, like, should I go on this thing? And everybody wanted me not to get involved with this woman, and they were like, don't get involved. But for some reason, like,
so like, look, check this out again. So do you guys remember when I said that there was probably people around Miami who warned Daisy not to get involved with Fresh, and she did it anyway, and then he got her pregnant. Now, as you can see here, she had a lot of people warning her not to get involved. And check this out. There was a whole lot of people warning her not to get involved, but even more people supporting the channel as my numbers go down. I want you guys to pay very close attention. That's why I don't feel sorry for none of these people, man. I don't feel sorry for none of y'all. She asked you about oysters. Get the hell out of here, man. What's wrong with your ass?
Y'all, like, I've been through a lot last year. A lot of people don't know.
There we go.
What I went through last year.
Okay.
So,
I'm not trying to sound, listen, everybody who's alive has been or is going through something. Would you guys agree? Everybody who's alive has been or is going through something. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man AB Promotions with the 499 super chat.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Shout out to AB Promotions. AB Promotions said Daisy sent me a text. She says she loves me long time in a week. Hey. Those are flames, radiation emoji, and some pregnant women in the chat for AB. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing that we know about Daisy is that she's fertile. You know what I'm saying?
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom.
Hey, AB, look, AB came out with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth, champagne in one hand, and the diapers in the other, like this.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom.
Hey. Shout out to my man AB. My man AB got the champagne in a bottle.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom.
Hey, that's the one benefit about dealing with Princella, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the one benefit about Princella. You know what I'm saying? She hitting it with that phantom dick. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't gonna be no single moms happening with Princella. When you get hit with that phantom dick, you know what I'm saying? That phantom dick ain't gonna give you no kids. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to these ladies that messed around with Princella and the upgraded contraceptive ideas.
Tell us, mama.
some people knew, some people didn't know, but it was a lot that I went through last year. Like, I had moved to a new place.
I'm not going to go through everything that she said she's going through, but she was saying she was in a vulnerable state. Mind you, for any guys that are out there that have good intentions with meeting women that can go back later and say that they were in a vulnerable state, that's got to be scary, because whether or not your good intention or your bad intention, you're always apt to be exposed. But that's where the lack of accountability comes into play. Let's proceed.
Actually, by myself a lot, because it seemed like maybe this could be a new friend. And that's how I looked at it always.
Facts, man. Princella got the strap, and that's you know what I'm saying. That's a it's a different kind of strap. You know what I'm saying.
I shouldn't have said that.
I'm an old Mac from way back.
That's the kind of game. That's the kind of game that Princella come with too. Ha! You know what I'm saying? I'm looking kind of hungry, and I see food. Girl, you like oysters?
One of the original players from the Himalaya.
Hey, why Princella got them same kind of teeth as as Jerome? No, man. Like what? Hey, why she got his teeth though?
I'm an old Mac from way back.
My game is sick with that phantom dick.
One of the original players from the Himalaya.
It's like a new friend. I hate talking about last year because it gets me emotional for that and the part that I played, because I could have been a little bit smart. But this is not to say that I'm a victim, because I'm a grown-ass woman at the end of the day, and I can take accountability for that and the part that I played. Because
I like that she's saying this, by the way.
I could have been a little bit smarter. I could have been wiser.
Yes, you could.
And I take accountability in that. You know?
Good.
I don't make the best decisions. I'm human, but I will learn from them.
There you go. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, because last year was sensitive. So sorry, I'm getting choked up on that. You know, yeah, because
hey, what do you think? What do you think it sound like? What do you think it sound? Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I want to listen to Princella audio only game. I want to hear what it sound like. I want to hear what the foreplay sound like. Come here. Hand me that Velcro. It's all deep too. You got to turn the you got to turn the microphone all up. Hand me that Velcro. She probably be giving all kind of orders. she probably aggressive as hell. Now going downstairs and make me a sandwich. She the kind that order Uber Eats, you know what I'm saying, and then have a fit that at midnight Arby's ain't open. I want one of them original roast beef and cheddar sandwiches. Now, go ahead down there. I told your ass order as soon as I hopped up off you. You done messed around and wasted all the time, and Arby's done messed around and closed. But thank goodness I got that phantom meat. Like, for real? Who would fall for that, man? Who would fall for that? Who would do it? I'm about to do a social experiment. I'm gonna talk to everybody like Princella. How you doing today? I'm here for a pack of Black and Miles. Every woman that I come in contact with today, I'm gonna talk to them like the way that Princella talked to them. They like it. It clearly works enough to be involved long enough to get a scandal out of it. I'm trying to get scandals. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at y'all, family, once again with another live stream. So before we get started with this video, I want y'all to click the like. And if you a man, I want you to sharpen your razor before you shave every morning, just so that I can come in and get your bitch.
I was actually supposed to be getting married this year. So, yeah, last year was tough. It was tough. But I was going through this transition, and she came in at the right time, to say the least. Because, you know, even the guys that I kind of was talking to, like, it was a lot. It just wasn't, it just, that is what it is. I don't want to go into that. But
I want you guys to pay attention. The guys, plural, that I was talking to. Not my words.
Yeah, because last year was sensitive, so sorry, I'm getting choked up on that. You know, yeah, because I was actually supposed to be getting married this year. So, yeah, last year was tough. It was tough. But I was going through this transition, and she came in at the right time, to say the least. Because, you know, even the guys that I kind of was talking to, like, it was a lot. It just wasn't, it just, that is what it is. I don't want to go into that. But when I met up with her, you know, we met up to go get oysters. She was touchy-feely on me. She was grabbing my legs. She had her arm around me in the chair. She was trying to seduce me. And she had a daughter with her. And I was like, I felt uncomfortable at that time because I was like, I only came here to have oysters with you as a friend. Like on some like content creator, like get to know you outside of YouTube, because I realized that it was a persona that she puts on.
Let me, I'm going to tell you guys something, man. It seems like, you know, within certain YouTube communities, content creator alliances, they always go down in flames. And I find that interesting. Do you guys notice that? It seems like the lifespan of people being cool amongst content creators does not last very long. And honestly, I ain't trying to be funny, man, but honestly, I think those people need to be held accountable for that. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? Y'all can't keep a damn friendship. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Falling out with people every damn day. It's not the look, man. People need to look at you funny. You know what I'm saying? Didn't you grow up learning how to have friends and learning how to interact with people and learning how to maintain a friendship? Y'all look goofy out here falling out every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? This woman right here got her hand all up somebody dressed at the seafood buffet. Look, man. Like, hey. Yeah, have a good day at work, Vega. I don't know what to say. Shout out to the React Squad, man. You know what I'm saying? Even people that I've had differences of opinions with or disagreements with, I still got a good rapport with them. You know what I'm saying? My dad taught me that maintaining working relationships with people and not burning bridges and always trying to have integrity is something that you should always try to do and put first. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I try to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird. It's just really weird. And for real, to be honest, like, it's real weird how people can be cool with each other. Like, after, like, a lot of times, like, what brings people together on YouTube is toxicity. I didn't get none of the people that I'm cool with on YouTube. I didn't get cool with them through no beef. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Me and Grind and Motivate, man, we've been trolling and grifting for years. We didn't link up through no beef. You know what I'm saying? Me and TD, we didn't link up through no beef. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these content creators that link up through, like, a lot of this beef and weirdo stuff that be going on, these are the people that you see falling out every 5 seconds. I don't think really it's a good idea to link up with people because of beef or because of common enemies or any of that kind of stuff. Like, you should link up with people on a productive basis, if you ask me. Any disingenuous relationship, in my opinion, will ultimately fall apart and will probably end up being worse than the situation that y'all was trying to team up together and deal with. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is YouTube. Don't nobody listen to my content. And that's why I don't have no sympathy for anybody when I see people fall victim to the demises of things that I try to warn people about. I don't care. I asked this question in the comment section of my Discord earlier. I said that if you're a soldier, if you're born into an army and you're a soldier, and the people that you're supposed to be fighting for reject your efforts, should you continue to fight or should you celebrate the demise? And ultimately, the overwhelming answer to that question was to celebrate the demise. And I agree. I think that empathy has an expiration. I think that expectations have an expiration. And I think that there's a point at which many times the people that you're allegedly supposed to be fighting to help or fighting to support ultimately turn into their own enemy and yours, which is a sad reality that a lot of people, because they do have elements of empathy left, is difficult for them to grasp. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
YouTube. But it's like she bought Pimp and P with her, you know, because she was touching on my legs. She was trying to massage my feet, you know, in public. And I'm like, she got on her knees and started massaging.
Oh, man, they was at the seafood spot and she was rubbing on your corns at the seafood spot, man. What Martin say, Pam, ain't nobody about to get down there rubbing on your hooves. You know what I'm saying? So she was up there at the seafood buffet getting her hooves rubbed, getting them corns massaged. You know what I'm saying? That's wild, man. That's wild. At the spot. Shout out to Tommy Buns. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kid Gravity. Never called a house from the spot. You know what I'm saying? She up under the table with it. Toes wiggling. Shrimps on the plate. I can't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it. But shout out to them. Keeping it gully.
Oh,
God damn.
Like, girl, what you doing? Like, what are you doing? You know?
Massaging a young lady's feet on the first date where it's really not even a date, it's just a meetup, is really not no pimping shit. But okay, we'll go with it because pimping is never simping. But showing outward lesbian affection while your child is there watching is a red flag. But
now, here goes my question too. I don't know, and maybe somebody in the comment section that's more familiar with this would be able to tell me. Was it verified that like B Taylor was up for quote unquote bush on bush interactions at this point, or was this at the point which I don't know. I don't know too much of B. Taylor's history, so I don't know if we were rubbing shrubberies yet. You know what I'm saying? Is there a history of shrub rub here or no? Let me know. Because what I was gonna say is, like, if it's not a history of shrub rub, then I don't know why Princella would have been so comfortable as to just, you know what I'm saying, like, stretch all out on her all like that. Like, we're not really you know, I haven't really opened up myself to you to tell you that, like, I'm even into that type of thing yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all know what the y'all know what the shrub rub is, right? Y'all ever been to Busch Gardens? Y'all ever been to Busch Garden, Florida? That's what I'm talking about, right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, so listen, man, I'm running out of time. I'm gonna mess around and be late. You know what I'm saying? What I gotta do. So this is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to tell me in the comment section if this is what we're doing tomorrow morning. Okay, shout out to E-Rock. E-Rock with the buzzer beater. Make sure that y'all show some love to E-Rock. E-Rock said, nah, man, there's no history. She says she never thought about being with a woman before, but she just let her slither all up her like that, like an anaconda all up on her back, talking to her in the Louis Farrakhan voice. Ooh, let me tell you something. Your complexion is like that of a bean pie. You know what I'm saying? Your complexion is like that of a bean pie, and I swear your aura of femininity is like Allah's light to me, girl. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. You ain't about to, like, be rubbing all up on me like a damn anaconda, telling me your sweet bean pie fantasies, and I ain't, and that's not how I get down. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You about to get an elbow to the rib. Back up. You know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, we ain't about to do that. I don't know how the shoes got off and all that. Like, that's a lot of comfort. That's a lot of comfortability too. And me, I'm not gonna be funny now. I'm not gonna sit there and say that I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, rub some feet or something like that. But you're gonna have stepped your ass out the bathtub first. You're gonna have stepped out the shower first. I'm not rubbing your motherfucking hot, sweaty, stinking ass feet all day and then about to go pick up some finger food, some appetizers. I'm gonna go from rubbing your nasty ass dogs to eating chicken fingers. You out your damn mind. You are crazy. And this is what I'm talking about. These people on YouTube, they're crazy. You got a whole plate of appetizers sitting up there, and I'm reaching from under the table between your corns and some damn jalapeno poppers. Like, no. Damn it, no. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God. Like, how could you even do that without, like, getting nauseated, man? You got the smells of sour cream and onion, sour cream and onion, salt and vinegar, potato chips coming from under the table, and smells of trans fats and mozzarella cheese on top of the that's too much mixing and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's too damn much mixing. Where's your etiquette? Where's your etiquette? You can have it all. I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Go ahead. You can have the whole thing. I ain't eating. I can't eat today. Yeah. Oh. You know what I'm saying? God. How could you eat lunch down without lunch coming up in that situation? Nah. Remember that game for Sega Genesis, Toe Jam and Earl? That's what we bought. Hey, that's what we about to call Princella and B. Taylor, Toe Jam and Earl. Man, that's crazy. Oh man, they had Toe Jam on the Texas. They had Toe Jam on the Texas toast. I want some Texas toast with Toe Jam. Hell, motherfucking no. Oh man, hell no, man. So yo, man. So I need y'all to leave a comment after the stream if y'all want me to do a part 2 of this tomorrow. All right, real quick. It's gonna be real quick. So I apologize for the real quickness. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shout out the stream sponsors. Shout out to TD. Shout out to Lloyd Sky 9. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to my man John Guillory for the $1,000 membership upgrade. Appreciate it, bro. I would like everybody to follow his path, then I'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to AB Promotions. Shout out to Anon1 for joining. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to my man KG. Shout out to Tricky Nick. Shout out to John Guillory for dropping two racks in the stream. You know what I'm saying? My man spent a rack on his membership, and he spent a rack on Torian. Shout out to my man John Guillory. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my man AB. All right. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, so like I said, at the end of the stream, if you want a part 2, type in part 2. All right. And as always,
walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee, that's on TV, that's on mamas. Nigga don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that phase. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey.